Hi, everyone. Meteorologist Joe Cioffi, weather in 5 days in 5 minutes. And we've got a lot going on. Tropical storm Dorian is actually been strengthening overnight with the winds now at 60 miles an hour as of the 8 a.m. advisory from the National Hurricane Center. And it is going to be impacting the Virgin Islands and Puerto Rico later today into tonight. And it's becoming increasingly clear as we move down the road toward the Labor Day holiday weekend that there's likely to be a hurricane somewhere off the East Coast, the southeast coast of the U.S., to the east of Florida. And the risks are growing for the Florida East Coast and possibly even further north than that into Georgia and perhaps even to coastal South Carolina. But these are long-term risks that we're looking at. There's nothing going on, obviously, in the short range for the U.S. Mainland for the next couple of days. I just want to start off with Dorian, and what this map is the GFS model here shows the dry air versus the moist air. And we've been talking about the fact that Dorian has been kind of in its own little world with all this dry air around it. And you can see the darker brown on either side. And that has kept this storm from strengthening. But this is through this is this morning. You'll notice that that area of dry air is rapidly disappearing. And that is giving Dorian a chance to strengthen. Wind shear, upper air, strong winds are not an issue. Now, once it gets north of Puerto Rico, which it will do, and it looks like it's going to do it to the east of the Dominican Republic by a fair distance. So the impact on the islands, the mountainous terrain of the islands on the circulation, I think is going to be relatively minimal. We're going to have a tropical storm come out on the other side that will be intact. It's going to move northwestward and then gradually turn more west-northwest over time. So how much latitude it gains, how far north it gets, is going to be a very, very important factor in the long term for the Florida East Coast and for the southeast coast of the United States. Now, at the moment, as I said, there's not really a whole lot to worry about. We are just going to keep our eyes on the situation as we go forward. Here's the Hurricane Center's forecast, and the track has not only shifted to the north, but they are following along the idea of the storm passing well to the north and east of the Dominican Republic and becoming a hurricane possibly as early as Friday morning, and then making that turn to the west-northwest. Now, the model guidance has done the same thing. It's shifted further north along the Florida coast, but still remains concentrated there with most of the landfalls being shown from the Florida-Georgia coast southward. But we'll see how this guidance shifts as we move along going for later today. Now, here's the wide satellite loop. And what's happening is we have an upper low out here. We have Erin over here. And here is Dorian, which is actually, from the standpoint of the signature on the satellite, it definitely is much better organized. There's a weakness being caused by the upper low and to an extent Erin to the northwest. So Dorian is responding to that by tracking more toward the northwest, and that clears it from actually the arrow should be more this way, more toward the northwest where it crosses Puerto Rico and impacts the Virgin Islands, but it passes to the east of the Dominican Republic. And then from here, once Erin disappears and that moves out to the northeast, and this upper low goes away, you're going to see a big upper high that's going to try to build back. So Dorian will then turn more west-northwest with time. That is the key to all the forecasts here going forward. So start paying a little more attention here if you're watching from the east coast of Florida or the southeast coast of the United States. And we will get into this more later today in our regular YouTube live stream. And Patreon members, you will get a weather in 10 just for members only a bit later today. Now, locally, and what's going on today, we've got a cold front coming. We have some showers that are to the west with the cold front. We've got some showers that are out in the ocean that are moving up to the north. There's a gap in between of just warm, humid weather with clouds and some sun, and then we'll see the risk of a shower or thunderstorm late today into this evening, and that risk area will extend pretty much from northeast Virginia to southern New England. After that front goes by tonight, we're going to see improving weather conditions here for tonight and for tomorrow, with skies becoming mostly sunny. Here's the view of Erin sitting off shore, and the low-level circulation is once again separated from the main area of convection. So Erin is actually much further north than what you would think, what it looks like on the satellite, because you're going to focus your attention on that big blob to the south, when in reality it has pulled up to the north. So for the rest of today, here's the loop, the satellite loop, showing that cold front that's approaching, and we will see maybe some showers and storms, but I'm not anticipating any severe weather. Thursday and Friday, 2 beautiful days in the Northeast, down into the mid-Atlantic states. Low humidity, sunshine, especially for Thursday in terms of the low humidity. Temperatures just into the 80s. It's just going to be absolutely delightful. Friday, sunshine. It'll start dry. The humidity will go up a little bit late in the day because we have another cold front. And as far as the Labor Day holiday weekend is concerned, just really quick, I'll show you the GFS before weather in 5 today turns into weather in 7 or 8, which it does. We does tend to do that sometimes. But we have a big high coming in for Saturday, and that is going to bring us a ton of sunshine here. This is what it looks like by Saturday evening. It's just pretty much like what we had last weekend in terms of the setup. The only big difference is, though, there's nothing holding that high back. So Sunday and Monday, we're going to get into the onshore flow, and I think that's going to put clouds into the mix, and maybe the chance for an odd shower or sprinkle, or perhaps even later in the day on Monday, a thunderstorm. But overall, I'm thinking the weekend should be okay. Saturday, definitely the better of the 2 weekend days from northeast Virginia to southern New England. And of course, you can see Dorian looming there somewhere off the Florida coast on up, tries to turn it northward, at least the GFS does. The European has a track that's much further to the southwest of this. We're going to just pretty much try to figure this all out later today. I doubt we'll have the final answer yet. So be sure to tune into my live stream on YouTube tonight at 7 o'clock Eastern Time. You can watch it from my weather app as well. And also look for website posts coming up later today. Thanks for being here on Weather in 5 days in 5 minutes, where we look at weather from northeast Virginia to southern New England on a daily basis and keep a watchful eye on the tropics.